Hey everybody, Coach Eric here. Today I'm going to be talking about a few different concepts that will help white belts especially to get an idea of what they're looking to do when they're on the bottom. And specifically we'll talk about half guard, but these do cross over to whether you're in other kind of bottom positions. So just keep that in mind that some of these techniques are pretty universal, so you can fit them into different areas of your game. So right now you'll see that Tim is in my half guard. Here I've got my right leg wrapped around his right leg. So this is what's called half guard. He has my right arm pinned by his left shin, which seems like a good idea, except for that I am going to use this position and what my opponent is, what I know he's trying to do, where this doesn't even matter. In fact, this arm becomes a whip that's going to help carry my opponent over the top. So what's happening right now is you can see that Tim is trying to smash my arm here, trap it with the leg, which I encourage my students to do. And now you'll see that he's going to put me in a cradle position. His left arm is going to wrap around my head. It's going to go in front of his stomach, and then he's going to wrap this arm around my hamstring and connect his hands together. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, so you'll see I'm trying to fight his hand a little bit. Now he gets me in the cradle position. This is something he might have learned from a buddy, or he might have done in wrestling years ago. But he now has a successful cradle position where his left arm, as you can see, is around my hamstring. It's connecting, he's connecting his left and right hand together here in front of his stomach, and his left hand is around my head. It's a good controlling position, but I'm going to use it to sweep my opponent over the top. All I'm doing is I'm fanning out my left knee. Because of this strong connection here, if my left knee fans out, that brings him on top of me. And once he gets on top of me, he's on top of the barrel. That's good. That's exactly what I want. So, and once he's on top of the barrel, this arm is the finishing touch. This is going to reach for a handshake going this way, and it's going to bring him the rest of the way over the top. See, there he is. Now you can see I'm fencing out his right leg as I come up on top. Okay. We're going to talk about that at the very end. This is now into the second concept. It's called Space Invader. At this point, Tim does not want to be on top of me. Well, maybe he does, but he's not at this point. His hips are actually far away from me. They're high up off the mat, but they're far enough away. You can see his head is right over the edge here of my back, so I don't really have a threat. I can't really bring him over the top. There's just not enough. There's just too much weight on this side of the court, on that side of the body, to be able to bring him over the top. That would be a serious fight. There's not enough leverage there. And that's because his knee is sprawled out, his hip is far away, he's in a different position. So he gives me space by the fact that he's not close to me with his leg, he's not pinning me down, he's giving me a lot of space here to work with. And so all this space here, now I'm going to invade with my right shin. I want to use that space so that I can work on a different style of sweep, because I need my leg inside at this point. So here's what I do is I keep his leg away by keeping my right hand on the knee, and now you'll see I drive my shin inside. Okay, now the purpose of this, I'm not going to go into extreme detail, but it's just a concept, so think about it. If the person is backed away from you and giving you space, you get guard. You get your shin back inside, or whatever part of the leg you can get inside to create a barrier between you and your opponent. Okay? So, or if he is on top of you, if his torso is like hovering over you, you're going to try to trap the arms on one side and then bring him over the top in barrel fashion. You'll see here I'm connecting my hands to the shoulder, and I'm going to use this to threaten a arm lock. I can go into a triangle omoplata. There's all kinds of things that I can do, but essentially I've got a really good position on him. I've got his arm where he can't posture up. I'm going to actually move this foot and the leg down here so that I can take my time with the arm, because if the arm gets out, he's going to be able to posture up. So you'll see I'm going to move that foot over. That makes things really heavy, so now I can really take my time with submitting the arm, because he's going to have a hard time posturing up. There's a lot of weight coming down because of that ankle. There's just a lot of leverage in that position right there. All right, so this is another barrel. Coming back to the barrel position, he's got me in the cradle, and I'm just calling it barrel. Different people use it, different terminologies, but he's got me in a cradle position. And this time it will be even easier to bring him over the top, because you'll see that my arm is under his hamstring. This will give me even more leverage to bring him over the top. So he's got his hands connected. His right arm and left arm are connected by virtue of his hands grabbing together. Now my right arm is going to go underneath the hamstring here as I lift him over the top. That time he shifted his left arm, because he learned from the last time that he didn't want to be in a position where he didn't have that arm free. So I just come up on top of him like that, and now I'm in a good position. Okay, last concept just to throw in as a bonus: load right, sweep left. So right now I'm actually in looks like I'm in side control, but I do have my right shin in front of his hip here, in front of his legs and hip. So what I'm doing is I've got the space here, and you'll see now that this left leg is knocking him off balance to the left. I want to create a feeling of danger so that he feels like he's getting swept to his left, so he's going to put his weight back to his right. And that's exactly what I know is coming just in general. So I need to trap his limbs. I need to shut down this leg, and I need to shut down his left arm. I know you can't see that from the angle, but let me put this in slow motion. So here we go. I've got my hand on his elbow, and I'm already trapping that leg right there. And he goes down for the sweep. Let's rewind that and take a look again. So I'm going to put a little bit of force to his left. He squares up. I trap his elbow, trap his leg, and then I go for the sweep. Of course, it's not going to be that easy when you start rolling with more sophisticated techniques. When opponents and training partners are going to also become more mature. They're going to learn how to lower their hips. But this is just something that you want to do in general. Is you have the concept of going one way so that you can go the other way. Like if you just try to sweep somebody to the left, it's going to be obvious, it's going to be predictable. So if you want to sweep someone, you want to take them to side A so that you can kind of load them up, get them committed to go to the other side, and then you sweep them to the other side, side B. So I hope that helps a little bit. These concepts, again, are real fundamental, basic concepts that you'll be able to integrate into a whole variety of different sweeps. But remember, when you're on the bottom, you want the person on top of you, and you want to trap their limbs on one side. So you want them on top so that they become light. You want to be the barrel. And the other concept is load. Try to push this guy to the right so he loads left, and then you take him to the left. Okay, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and see you on the mat.